Okay.
Here we are.
And okay. So once this pulls up here. So Success Club, you guys are seriously already killing it. Nicole, I don't know how you have 10 points already, but you and Kendra are dominating the month. Katie, awesome. Victoria, and then, there's a whole bunch of you too that I know there's a ton of people with stuff pending too. So I think that, I know Julianne hit it so hard last month.
I'm 4 now, actually. It just
you're
shut
4?
up today.
Yay! I pulled this last night. Cool. Yeah. So it's just awesome. It's really, I'm just so proud of you guys. And who doesn't want to see backpack? So that's fun.
I know. That backpack is rad.
I know. So you guys just dominating. Thank you for setting the tone. Just some announcements. The vegan flavors are coming out today, just as a reminder on that. And then the new programs, I think you guys all heard about them, but really, I think it'll be great for some people. That Zumba E1 will come out in May on demand. And then I'm going to totally swear saying this program. I know it's Shift Shop. I think they could have come up with a better name for it. I'm super excited about it. So that one comes in July and I'm stoked. I think Julianne, that's right up your alley too. And it's the best. The backpack at the Success Club prize, which actually looks really cool. So those are the really short and sweet announcements. The team calendar, just as a reminder, is up on our team page. It's pinned to the top. So you guys obviously can do your own thing, but this is what we have going on, and you can check there if you need a reminder of what's happening when. But I would just keep kind of in the back of your mind that Easter is happening this week. So this weekend, honestly, starting Thursday, people are probably not going to be as engaged on social media. So I would not be putting a ton of, you're still going to be posting and stuff, but don't put all your effort into that because honestly, people aren't going to be paying attention. But be ready to hit it after Easter. But just know that people are with family and traveling and, doing other things. So you can be sharing about, I know that last year I did a post about Caleb's Healthy Easter Basket, kind of what I was doing there, and also posted about how I was eating chocolate bunnies because who doesn't we're not fitness robots. Just be real. And I would just say if you're trying to hit Success Club now, either make sure you have it really lined up to do it as soon as Easter's over, or you kind of get it in before Thursday this week. I don't know if Monique has thoughts on that at all.
Amen, sister. Keep going.
Okay, cool. And then we have Leah. So I'll let Monique introduce. Leah, sorry. Okay. I'm terrible at this. I'll let you introduce her and then I can.
Yeah. So I am super excited to have Leah speak for us because she is just like us. I feel like she belongs in our team. She's a kick-ass hustler, go-getter, no holds barred, but just like us, does it with love and intention and from the heart, and just wants every single person on her team to succeed. So I love what she's going to speak on today because it's a message that Abby and I would say, would concur with 100% and say, but she just says it so eloquently. And I think you guys are going to get a lot of value from her. So I'm stoked because you guys, she had such insane quick success. She was 2-star qualifying this last November, right before the end of the year, and only 9 months into her business. So she wasn't even in the business for a year. She's never done anything like this before. She actually owns a horse farm. She was a single mom. She's engaged now. So she has a crazy, and she works at a corporate job as well. So when we say we're all busy and you guys all work and we're all busy, she's running a horse farm, helping people board their horses, train their horses, clean the horses, running her staff for that, and also she has a real job, an actual job for a corporation. And she's running her Beachbody business so successfully that she was 2-star qualifying before she even hit a year. So that I think speaks volumes to what is possible when you don't give up and when you don't quit. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our rock star, Leah.
Hey! Wow, Monique, will you make me feel like $1 million? I need to try and get over to my notes. So that, let's see here. How do I get to my notes? Because I have full screen here now. So
do your screen in half and then open your notes on the other half of your screen.
Say that again, hun? Oh wait, except full screen.
Shrink your screen to half the size.
Here we go. Can you still see me okay?
Yep. Perfect.
Okay. So, gosh, Monique, thank you so much. Yeah, she's right. I started, actually started in the Beachbody programs because, is it okay if I tell a little bit about my story?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So Monique's right. I'm an equestrian and I do crazy shit like go out and gallop cross country on really untrained thoroughbreds that I buy off the track. And then I just tell them to jump these big ass fences, and the fences that I jump are not the ones that fall down easily. They're the really solid fences. So, I mean, it's a blast. We gallop cross country through water, up and down terrain. And I have fallen in love with this horse named Samurai. And I got him off the track. He raced for 6.5 years. And so track life was embedded in his brain. And if you guys can imagine a toddler with massive anxiety issues, it's the most athletic individual you've ever met. That was this guy. Super athletic, could take on the world, and the biggest weenie inside. So like I was his crutch. And so in 2015, I'm in Montana. I'm slaying my goals, man. I'm out there doing what we call an N3D. It's a novice 3-day. I had already gone through phase A, B, and C, and I was just in my final phase. And we left the start box, and everybody was so excited to see me leave because this was a really big deal on a horse that came off the track and really being so good. And somewhere between fence 7 and 8, he sort of had an out-of-body experience, and he just took off galloping, which was surely fun, but not galloping towards a solid fence was not fun. And I tried to bring him back, and I was unsuccessful. And by that point in this gallop, I was tired. I was physically wiped. I couldn't breathe, had nothing left in my core, and I'm on a runaway train. And so we got to the fence, and his head's buried between his knees, and he's just sort of galloping like this. And all of a sudden he looked up and he saw the fence, and he's like, oh, I should jump. Well, it was like a deer. Have you ever seen a deer jump? Like all 4 feet, hit the ground, jackhammered me out of the saddle. You can see there was somebody standing up on the hill actually holding the finger down on the trigger so there's every frame by frame of my fall. But he jackhammered me, came out of the tack, and then he went, hey, look, there's a fence. My mom would want me to jump that. And as he jumped the fence, beautifully, by the way, I was already over the side of his neck. I came down, slingshotted underneath him, and by the time the front feet hit the ground on the other side, I was underneath him like this, and his feet came boom, boom, right by my face. I took 9 stitches to the face. We put traction studs in our horses' feet because when they're galloping cross country, we want them to have traction. So a steel stud sliced my face open. I remember rolling over, and I had black gloves on, and I was like this because I could feel the blood. And when I looked up, my hands were just in blood. And I was like, where's my horse? Like, what happened to him? And of course, he panicked and took off running. And I was very, very lucky. Like, I cannot express to you. It was my wake-up call. Like, it was, there's sometimes we have these moments in time where we go, oh my God, that was close, right? That was my close call. And I cannot blame that horse for anything that happened that day. His fitness and my fitness is completely on my shoulders as his trainer. And I realized in that moment in time that I am 43 years old and I am not a spry chicken like I was. I don't bounce like I used to. And that hurt. Like really bad. And I could have died that day. Very simply, very easily could have died that day. So I came home, I retired the boy from jumping. He no longer jumps. Now he's an upper level dressage horse. And I decided to take my fitness very seriously. However, before that, I went through about a 4-month spell of depression. I had a mild TBI, a horrible concussion, and I couldn't get off the couch for about 3 months. Now, keep in mind, I'm very active. Okay. I'm very active. I work this horse farm. I'm cleaning stalls. I'm riding 4 horses a day. I'm running my business, and I don't have time to be stuck on a couch, but yet I was. And here comes December, and I'm over 200 pounds, and I didn't even know what happened. So my coach kept reaching out to me and saying, I can help you, I can help you, I can help you. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't believe her. I didn't put faith into her. And yet one day the epiphany hit, I've got to fix something. So why not try? So in December, I started back into my Beachbody programs. I took Shakeology seriously. She had been asking me for 8 months to be a coach. I had told her, no way. I didn't want to be a coach. I'd pay full retail. I didn't care. And so finally I responded to one of her messages. She hammered me now, like every single month she messaged me, are you ready? Are you ready? And I'm like, no. And when I finally opened up to her and told her my challenge, that I'm depressed, I'm recovering from a concussion, I'm barely writing, I'm not working my business, she said, Leigh, I can really, really help you. I swear I can. And I said, okay, I put my faith in you. There's a reason why God's put you in front of me, and I'm gonna give it. So 30 days, 21-day fix, you guys. That was my jam. 3 weeks, 26 inches, 18 pounds. I just rocked it. I was committed. I wanted to feel healthy again. I needed to get back fit. I wanted to ride again. Was really depressed over retiring Samurai from jumping. I went out and bought myself a new jumper mare, who wanted to jump, so I didn't have to lose that part of my life. And but I knew that no matter what horse you're sitting on, you have to be true to yourself and commit to being physically fit. So I call myself the unintentional coach, and I just said, I started posting, and people responded. So I decided to coach. Now that's not the topic, and I'm sorry, Monique, I went off on a little bit of a tangent. But from that point forward, I decided to coach and help people because people were coming to me saying, what the heck are you doing? We see that you're no longer, you're back, Leigh is back. It's so cool. So I said, look, you guys, this is what I'm doing. I've never even heard of it before, but I'm a coach. Do you want me to help you? I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm not really a coach. I mean, I can sign you up with a product. Does that sound fun? So come work out with me. Come in my living room. Let's do it. Let's hit it. So through the first year of my business, I've learned a lot. And what I'm about to share with you, I hope that it triggers something in your brain, because coaching can come to us in different forms, right? Sometimes we're a stay-at-home mom. Sometimes you're my story. It doesn't matter what your story is. The bottom line is consistency in this business is what is going to get you to your goal. Whatever your why is that burns deep in your heart, that is what you have to stay true to. And if you give up, the only way you can fail in this business is if you give up on yourself. So my plea to you today is to possibly treat this business like a college education. So just like anything else in life that's worth sticking to, whether it be your writing or your physical fitness or whatever else you have going on in your life, you have to commit to it. So if you want to see real results in your business, then you have to treat it like a business, right? 2, you have to be super consistent in your business. Again, this is your business. It's not Monique's business, not Abby's business, not my business. This is your business. And then 3, you have to invest the time in your business, both short-term and long-term. Now, you get to pick the amount of time that you want to invest in your business on a daily basis. But what I'm going to ask of you today is to give your coaches a year, a minimum of a year. You may wane, you may ebb and flow through your business. You may change your why. You may come and go from your desire to even coach, but give it a year. Do not give up for a year, because I promise you, even in your own personal transformation, you will feel changes if you give it a year. So the big thing that I want you to consider for success is commit to at least 1 full year, and to treat this like a college education. Now, how many of you here went to 4-year college? Raise your hand so I can see. You should go to 4-year college. Okay. 2-year college? You may go to 2-year college? No? Okay. So even if you didn't go to college, this will make sense to you. Your first year, you're going to spend you're a freshman. You're learning the game, right? Who's who in the nut house, if you will? Who are the coaches? What does elite mean? What does premier mean? What's a success club? oh my God, who's going on the trip? You know, you're kind of like, you might even get trash canned once or twice, right? Like you're going to feel that way, like you're a freshman in college. You're not even sure where your classes are. But over the year, you start to kind of learn the terrain of the campus. And that's what you're going to do here. You're going to lean on your coaches for the first year and really enjoy what they have to share with you. You may stub your toes. You may make mistakes. You may want to quit. We all stub our toes in the first year. I guarantee you every 15-star elite superstar diamond coach in Beachbody has wanted to quit at one point, and probably in their first year. The difference between the people, between them and between the ones that quit is that they didn't quit, that they didn't give up. They pushed through, and they went and, you know, tried to keep their GPA up. So you've got to stick out the first year. The second year is your sophomore year. You're really going to hit your stride, like pages, promotions, boosted posts. And even if you're doing that as a freshman year, because you guys are overachievers as freshmen, you're still going to feel a shift in your business as a sophomore. Come that 12 to 15 month mark, you're all of a sudden going to feel like, I think I got it. Like even if you're still sitting as an emerald coach, or maybe you're a diamond coach and you're trying to build your team, you really start to feel like, I understand who my target market is, truly your target market. I'm here to tell you, when I started this business, I swore on the planet I was going to help every equestrian out there become as the most athletically fit rider that they could. And guess what? My equestrian friends don't even try this program. Why? Because they're too freaking busy, right? And they won't try Shakeology because they're busy feeding that money into their horses with their own supplements. It's so weird. The equestrians are so weird. So who you think are going to be your target market, who you think you're connect with, I promise you is going to look different in 12 to 15 months. So consider it a challenge to figure out who that is. Like keep looking and seeking. I'll tell you who my target market is right now. You guys are going to laugh. I thought it was going to be equestrians, mortgage lenders, real estate agents, nurses. That's who I connect with. I am not any of those three people. And teachers. Like I don't even understand how teachers do their job. Like in a room with screaming 30 kids all day long, I just don't put a gun in my hand. Like that would kill me. But for some reason I connect with those people, and I can help them get through their day. So you will figure out who your target market is. It's kind of like fine wine or seasoning. It just gets better, right? Like you just figure out how to season a steak better than you did the year before. You're also no longer part of the bottom of the totem pole. You kind of know people, right? You hit a slump, you know who to call. And it may not be your personally sponsored coach. I can tell you that I now have Monique. Monique's like one of my dearest Beachbody friends. Like I can call her. I even messaged her the other day. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this situation. And she was like freaking Johnny on the spot, man. She told me, you know, she gave me her ideas. They worked, and it was great. Like you start to kind of, you have your sorority sisters, if you will, right? And you can start to lean on people that aren't even in your own upline. Then your junior year, you kind of feel like you're a big kid on campus. You might even be, that's 3 years into your business. You might be 2-star, maybe 4-star. But you're growing, right? You're starting to create a base. You're starting to have a team. You're finding other people that are like-minded, and you're duplicating yourself. That's important. You want to duplicate yourself by your junior year. And by your senior year, maybe you're pushing 10-star, right? And then by the time you're in your master's degree and maybe even your doctorate degree, you're 15 superstar diamond, okay? But guess what the difference between this college education and the one we get in an educational system is? We are debt-free, and we are not paying back school funds, right? When I got my college education, I graduated with 2 degrees, a degree in marketing and public relations and a degree in business. I owed money on those educations, and I started as a $14 an hour secretary in a marketing department. Like that's batshit crazy. And I didn't want that. But that's what they tell us to do. They tell us we're going to get this education from a formal educational system like Fresno State or Washington State University or Notre Dame or whatever you want to go to. And at the end of the day, you're upside down in debt. Like think about a vet. Like a vet goes to school for 10 freaking years. They owe $300,000 in debt, and it takes him 10 years to pay off those student loans, right? We do the same thing. We invest the same amount of time in our education We listen to national wake-up calls. We go to Summit. We work our butt off to get to Punta Cana, this year, or whatever the Beachbody trip is, the Success Club trip is. And we come away with money in our pocket and debt-free and a better education. So when you're kind of getting down on yourself, or you're thinking, maybe this isn't for me, I guarantee you it is for you. You have to make the choice that it's for you, right? I have people say to me all the time, gosh, well, so-and-so is probably going to cover that market. Well, yeah, but maybe so-and-so doesn't relate to that customer, right? You guys have to be relatable, be yourself, and be the best student that you can be. Because when you are a student, then you are truly building your business. Always stay a student. Always stay in the first phase of your business. Always be building to diamond. Every single month, you're building to diamond. That's what I do. Even though, I'm already diamond, my spouse is diamond, and I have another one that's right there at diamond, I'm still always building to diamond. I'm finding someone else to build, right? And I make it a priority. So always stay in phase one of your business. Always be a student of this business, because there's so much to learn from so many people. And the other thing, here's a great saying: formal education will earn you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. It's so true. I want to say that again. Formal education will earn you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. So by that, I mean, Google it. Be a student of YouTube. If you don't know what the answer is to something, go to Google and type Shakeology plus arthritis. If you got a customer that has lupus, Shakeology plus lupus, do not contact your coach. Your coach has already got her own 30 clients that she's dealing with, right? If you get stuck, then contact your coach. But challenge yourself to be a student of the product that you are sharing with others. Challenge yourself to figure it out on your own and become independent, because you know what? Independent, strong women are what attract other independent, strong women, right? So be that own person. So this is your business. Take it upon yourself to educate yourself. You've got great coaches, but don't lean on them all the time. Make it your responsibility, and then you're going to attract people of the same kind. That's all I have. That's my little spiel. Was that what you wanted, Monique?
You are amazing. Literally. Amazing. So I mean, that's why I asked you to speak on this, because I think it's just so important that our coaches get that perspective, because it's things that Abby and I have said before, like stay in it, don't give up, don't quit. But hearing it from someone else, I think, and hearing it just as that analogy, even for me hearing it that way, when you said it the other day on our elite call, I was like, wow, that's such a great perspective to put it in. And I relate to it myself, even though I never went to college. I'm a career without college. I was in the real estate industry for 17 years. So I'm career without college, but my daughter went to college. And so I do relate to that, because her first year was horrible. She hated it. She was like, why am I here? I want to come home. I don't want to be here. I mean, it's the same thing. That's exactly what all of our coaches, and we all say that within the first year. Why am I here? Why did I sign up? Why am I doing this? Is this really something I should be doing? Should I keep going? Is it going to benefit me? You know what I mean? We're saying all of these same things. And you're right in saying that we'll still say them. I mean, sometimes Abby and I still say it, almost 2 years in, still say that. So it doesn't ever go away, but exactly what you said, you press through that, press through the questioning, keep going, keep pushing through it. And I think that's what the fruit it's like this trail it's almost like when you plow a field, it's hard, the dirt's really hard, but you plow through it, and behind you leave this trail of amazing things that bloom, right? Like you open all this dirt up and it blooms, and it creates growth, and all the things that are planted there start growing because you plowed through the hard dirt, right? So yeah, thank you for sharing that story and that analogy. And what you've overcome is incredible. I didn't realize that you did all of that before. I knew you had your accident and I knew how bad that was, but before that, I didn't realize that was such a badass thing that you did. And Abby's a horse girl too. So
you are?
Yeah. I am, and we have a couple other Megs has to jump on late, but she's going to love this call because she's a horse girl. Chelsea's a horse girl. We've got a couple. So I know how crazy these
Yeah, exactly. Well, and I did this initially because I wanted to be a better rider, right? And then there was a phase in my, like all of last year, there's like the second half of last year, I got obsessed over Beachbody and my poor horses sat. And even my instructor was like, you always push through the winter. Like, I know it's gross out there, but you're always pushing. I'm like, yeah, I want to sit in here and talk to people. Like I do. I just I get so much enjoyment out of helping people. And who knew, right? Because if you knew me before, I would tell you I am not a fan of planet Earth. Like, I don't even like people. I think they're mean and they're horrible and awful. And Beachbody has restored my faith in humanity, because I'm now surrounding myself with people, with women who are strong and they care. Like, that's the other thing. I don't ever want to go back to the water cooler. I don't want to hear the gossip. Right. I don't want to hear all that noise. Like, it's nasty noise. And I choose not to surround myself with people like that. I choose to surround myself with strong, empowered, emotionally charged women.
Yeah.
Or men, whatever.
We have some time for questions.
Yeah.
But I have a couple that I can ask. But before I do, just because in case nobody else has them, do any of you guys who are on the call live have questions? And I'm assuming it's okay. We can say anything goes, of like how you run your business, what you do.
Anything.
Cool.
I'm an open book.
Yeah. If you do have a question, just unmute yourself. If not, we can ask them for you.
I mean, anything really. You can ask me my favorite Shakeology recipe. I don't care.
I'm working toward Diamond. I have several discount coaches, but I don't have any working coaches. I'm not really sure how to attract working coaches at this point. So I have several challengers that are like, no. So maybe, 10 months from now they would be interested, but so
why not now?
They all tell me they're way too busy or they just aren't interested, and I don't want to be pushy. And I mean, Abby had to work at me for a year and a half just to get me to be in a challenge group. So I understand that there's a long-term effect of this, but
So ask someone else. So ask other people.
But I have very few challengers already. Like, I'm a baby coach. So
she's 2 months in. She's just starting.
Yay.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm just like, where do you just, I don't know, randomly cold invite people to coaching? I don't know. I was just.
Well, so for me, like I said, it's going to change over time, right? So for me, when I first started, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure it's the right approach, but I went to Diamond in 47 days, and I built those on discount coaches. Now, there's two theories. You can either build for rank or you can build for leadership ladder and income. Building for rank, at least it got me to my $18, team cycle bonus. And, but that is kind of building on a house of toothpicks. That being said, I would do it again because I don't mind building. See, I got to Diamond and then I pushed Mark to Diamond, which is my fiance. And then I went back and rebuilt on working coaches, right? I backfilled because I knew I was going to lose some of those discount coaches. So then I started backfilling with actual working people on my team. So or you can go the slow route and only build with working coaches. Some coaches take that approach and then they have a more stable environment, but it will take you longer to get there. Christy Kronzer made a great analogy the other day. She said, for every 8 coaches, working coaches that you sign, 1 will actually work the business. Okay. So it's a matter of numbers, right? And I think of this game as numbers. If I want 1 working coach to come out or 2 working coaches to start this business and actually work the business, my goal is to recruit 15 to 20 discount coaches that month. Now, do I hit that number? No, I don't. But is that my number? Yes. Because if I do hit it, how proud of myself am I, right? Do I beat myself up because I didn't get there? No. But from the day that I started coaching to now, I've not missed Success Club 10 because I've made it a non-negotiable for myself. Not because it was easy. I pushed hard every single month to make it happen. But you have to set non-negotiables with yourself and then do not cross the line, right? Just make it happen. So if SC5 is your goal, make it happen every single month. If 2 coaches, whether it be working or discount, join your team, make it happen, right? Talk to new people. Keep playing with your posts. What attracts people? Did that attract your tribe? What if I say it this way? Did that attract more likes, right? Watch that kind of stuff because that's how I honed my skill, was just watching the response. Was the response on a Tuesday? Was it on a Sunday? Typically, like she said, Saturdays and Sundays are pretty dead. This Easter is going to be quiet. Don't waste your time. Enjoy with your family, right? But come Monday, hit it hard.
So just to read, because I think Monique and I have talked to them a little bit, but you built your fiance. So to get to Diamond, just for these guys who are, because a lot of them, most of the coaches on this call are pushing to Diamond right now. Good. You had your fiance that you built personally, and then was your first Emerald, was that someone that was actually a working coach or kind of a discount coach that you sold on the, hey, you can get your Shakeology paid for?
That was a working coach.
Okay.
Yeah. She was a good friend of mine. She was from Tennessee. She actually knew about Beachbody. She had never joined Beachbody before, but she saw my post and she messaged me and she said, hey, what up with this? It looks kind of fun. If you're doing it, like that was the other thing too, is people knew that my Facebook had never been, spammed, if you will, with crap. So when she saw me posting, she knew it had to have been credible. And so that made me feel good because most of the people who came to me early on, were because just of credibility in the horse world. I mean, I built the first 3 or 4 months was all on equestrians. It changed, but.
Could you talk about, since you're so busy, because I know this is another really big struggle for a lot of the coaches, because we have moms, working moms, full-time employees, kind of what your power hour looks like daily, how you balance your time?
Yeah, so I've moved to Team Z. I love Team Z. Yes. It was a game changer for me. I was paper and pencil for my first year. That was fine. But then I realized that I was missing the mark, right? And when you're playing a game of numbers, which I do believe this business is about numbers, if you need to message, 30 new contacts a day to get 5 new conversations going, so those 5 conversations can blossom into something that maybe develops in 60 days. See, when I make contacts today, I'm thinking those are going to pop in 60 days, right? I'm working into May right now because the people that have purchased from me this month, or I guess I'm working into June, I guess. I consider it a 60-day cycle that I'm constantly rolling. So your question again, I'm sorry, Abby, was?
Oh, just kind of like your power hour, like busy, because I know there's people juggling a lot. So how do you keep your time?
So I use Team Z. My power hour is 2 hours. I will say that it's not an hour, but what I can produce in 2 hours is about 30 new contacts. I do all of my follow-ups. And then I reach out to my coaches, and then I reach out to my customer base. It will change what I'm inviting to based off of where I am in the month. So if I'm inviting to as Coach Sneak Peek, or if I'm inviting to the challenge group, or if I'm inviting to, like we're doing an Abtastic right now, which is just all 7-day ab challenge. It just depends on where I'm at on my calendar. But as those events filter through my calendar, then it's, I'll grab people who responded to, this particular ad and they said no. In a week's time, I asked them if they want to join the 7-day challenge. I mean, I'm just constantly poke. It's not that they really say no to me. It's just their timing isn't right. When their timing becomes right, they've seen me. And here's the other thing, Facebook algorithms. Every time you message someone, that means that Facebook means that you guys must be friends. And if you guys are friends, you should see that person's post. That means that your posts show up on their feed more often, right? So don't think of messaging someone as you have to ask them if they want to enter a challenge group. Hey, how's your mom feeling? She was sick last week, right? Hey, how's that dog? You had to take it to the vet. Or you see somebody's kid, cut their finger. Hey, how's your son? Is he feeling okay? I was really sorry to see that on Facebook. Those types of things take no time at all to connect, but you're relating with them now and they get to conversation with you. And then eventually they'll say, hey, I've been watching your journey. That's pretty cool. I'd love to know what you're doing. And you've never, ever, ever asked them to join you.
So true.
And so that's my, horse people would understand this. When you have a horse that won't come to you, the quickest way to get them at your feet is to ignore them. Ignore their crap. Turn around and walk away. And they're like, what? You didn't want to be with me? Why not? Right? Or make them move their feet one way or another. That's the same thing is you kind of knock them off their balance a little bit. Same thing goes with your challengers. When you ask them, when they think that you're going to sell them on something, don't. Like knock them off their game. Actually care about them, right? Like say something that makes you different from everybody else. And when they feel that, they come to you. They get attracted to you. And they just get sucked in. And the next thing you know, they're on your challenge group.
So I have a kind of a follow-up question about that regarding your power hour and connecting people. How do you, within that, get outside of your warm market? Because I feel like I could fill up a power hour so easily just messaging people, planning posts, all of that. So how do you...
Are you adding to your network?
Yes, so adding to my network. But I guess other than the Hey Girls, like, do you have a blog or do you have anything outside of Facebook, or is that where you primarily do your work?
I do have a like page. I do want to start a blog, but I haven't had the time. I'm just running too hard and fast most of the time. So
it's actually really encouraging to hear that you've gotten this far without a blog.
No blog. I do have my like page, but I'll be honest and tell you that for as many friends as I have on my personal page and my like page, my personal page is where it's at. That sounds bizarre. Now, I use my like page because I like to, I know less than a minute. I like to boost posts. And then the rest of you can go look at it. It's Chalice Farms and Fitness on Facebook. It's mainly kids and goats and funny animals because that's what people want to see. They want to be entertained. And then when I boost a post and they like it, then I draw them over to my personal page. And so that's how I build my warm market.
Guys, it looks like we have like a minute left. So if you guys have more questions for Leah, then we can just re-click on the link and it will just restart the call. I just don't want her to get cut off in the middle of something. So
yeah, and I have time, so I can come back if you need me to.
Do you guys have more questions? Do you want to elaborate more on any of this? I just want to make sure we don't like awkwardly get cut off.
Anything else, guys? No?
Okay.
Those are good questions. Abby,
Yeah,
did you have more?
No, I'm good. That's what, yeah.
Cool. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for being here, for sharing your knowledge and your insider tips on how you became so successful so quickly. And if we have any other questions, I'll shoot them over to you and get them for us. But thank you for your time for today.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah.
All right. And by the way, it's 42 degrees here. Darn you.
I'm freezing.
Yeah, we're like in the
well,
50s.
I'm not feeling sorry for you. I'm just all right, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Leah. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.